Hi everyone, welcome back. Those who are new, welcome to this space. I don't know who this is for. It was a message that came out today and I was guided to share it. We're using the Gilded Tarot and the Crow Tarot. And we drew 3 cards. We got the Page of Swords, the Tower, and the Moon. And actually it was this way. So whoever this is for, this is you. This is you standing in your wisdom. Or shall we say, seeking your wisdom. But there's been a tower, something transpired that threw you off your kilter, if you will. And I say that because, well, towers tend to do that, right? It's a situation that, you know, can be as soft as a feather or as hard as an explosion, if you will. But what I feel here as far as your tower moment is that you got a wake-up call. And what I feel here is, as you being the page, you're learning about yourself and how to maneuver wisely. The sword represents, you know, what we believe, wisdom. A page is a younger individual, or could a younger individual going on a journey, or it could also be that it may be a representation of a person who is new on the journey of self. And that's what these readings are all about, right? They're about understanding ourselves and moving through different energies and learning about ourselves, about our ego, and growing so that we can live a more substantial, subsistent life. And whoever this is, a tower moment transpired. And it's giving you an opportunity to make a choice. I'm a numbers person, right? So these 3 cards numerically, with the moon in the upright and the tower in the reverse, is the number 2. Oh, 18 and 16, yeah, is the number 2. This is about making a choice on how to move forward. And this tower, it's next to the moon. So it may very well be that you had illusions in your life, that you perhaps you saw things that, well, weren't reality, if you will. In other words, we impose things. And this is just a hypothetical. You're in a relationship and it's a new relationship. You're so happy you fail to see that the other person really isn't like totally into you, right? Because we're a little clouded. We're so happy to be with this person. And then all of a sudden, bam, you see it. And it's like, oh, but I was so happy. I thought they were too. But really, that was in your own head. And that's what this feels like. This feels like your own personal illusions, whatever it was. That's why you had this tower. It's so that you can see yourself with truth and understanding, awakening your awakening how you see yourself in the world around you. The moon energy is about connecting to self. The moon energy can be illusionary, But I suspect in the cycle here is that you were in an illusion. You have your tower moment, but now you see whatever your situation is, you see it for what it truly is, the reality of it, not what you want it to be. Does that make sense to you? It feels like you were in the dark for a while regarding whatever the situation is. And the purpose of this tower is to move your energy and move your direction, because the tower generally helps us to move in a different direction, right? If we were living in illusion, something happens and you're like, well, you're not in illusion anymore, then you turn away from it, you step aside and you see the reality of things, and it really changes your course, if you will. At least it's supposed to. Not everybody does that. Some people refuse to see truth for what it is. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm just saying that some people do. They just step away and they ignore what they're actually seeing. The purpose of this tower is to bring you more passion, more compassion, to move forward with, well, the Queen of Wands, it wants you to move forward successfully, right? The Queen of Wands, to me, if you've been with my channel for a while, you know it's my guide. And perhaps that what this could be about, that your guides are trying to move you towards a mutual, beneficial aspect of yourself, your compassion, your passion, you're getting out and going and do what you really want to do. It could very well be that. It could also be about you understanding yourself, the light and dark aspects of yourself. One second. It actually wants to move you rather quickly. I'm being brought to these cardinals here. Cardinals are bird medicine. I'll link up the spirit animal site that I use to get a better understanding of spirit animal medicine. But look up cardinal medicine. I suspect that cardinal medicine is about you singing your own song, you taking charge of who you are and really having passion for what you enjoy. You know what I mean? You having that thirst and lust for life, if you will, getting that back. Cardinals, I know a lot of people say cardinals are your loved ones who have passed. I mean, this could very well be your ancestors helping you along, moving you along. But what I'm seeing here is, you know, here's more bird medicine. There's blue jay. Blue jay is about singing your song in truth, in balance, in light. And that's what this is about. This tower is moving you to focus on yourself, not in a guilty way, not in a selfish way, but to bring out your inner beauty and pull it outward into the external world. And that's what this is all about. And I think that's really beautiful because you have the support of your ancestors, like I said, but it's really about bringing, I want to say, the passion of life back. Perhaps you've been lacking it. But sing your own song. What's that saying? I was just saying it last night or the night before. Dance like nobody's watching. Do you. Does that make sense? Be who you are in your true, authentic self. And when you resonate with that, you will shine. Look at that. You will shine so bright. You will be so successful that you're going to come out as a master, being very resourceful with your energy. Very confident. It's hard to be confident when we're not being ourselves. When we're not seeing truth for what it is. When we don't move freely, that we hesitate. And when I say that, it's like, how do I put this? Like when you're in a job and you're working, there's a certain protocol that you follow, right? You go to work on time, you take your break, you stick to the rules of the game, if you will, right? And if you don't, then you're like scheming and you're trying to get over on it, right? This is the same thing. If you're not following your true authentic self, then you're just like, you're kind of scamming yourself. You're on edge. You aren't comfortable in different situations. I'm getting like walking into you go to a party and there's a group of people and you step into the room and you feel like you're the odd man out. You don't know how to act. That's not being yourself, your true authentic self. When you flow with your own truth, with your passion, and you really are shining what you have inside outward, that situation of walking into a room doesn't become stressful. You just walk in and you're able to maneuver and be free, because it doesn't matter what others think. It doesn't matter what other people say or do. That is not a reflection of you. Does that make sense? I really like that. And over here, what we have is this tower, releasing the illusion so that you can really see your own truth. It's about working with that and understanding that it takes time to process, and understand that, you need patience for yourself. The Temperance card, she's working with fire and water. Fire and water make air, which is what we have here. We have the Queen of Swords. When we work with our heart space, that's the water, and we bring out our true self, that beautiful light inside, that's the fire, we become wise. There is understanding. There is a sense of peace and wisdom, and knowing that no matter what transpired, you're protected. You can protect yourself. That you know that you can wield your sword and use it, but you don't have to. Because you're above all that petty, chaotic nonsense that goes on in the world. And I really like that for you, because when you're being patient and you're working on yourself and you're truly releasing the light inside of you and working with that and understanding who you are, free of illusions, and just flowing naturally, you do become wise, and I want to say quite secure in who you are, because being who you get to a point where you understand that it doesn't matter what others think. They can say, they can do whatever, and it's not like it's directed at you. It won't affect you. That harsh energy will just go to the side of you, which is beautiful. And then when you become that authentic self, when you remove your ego, when you remove, I want to say parameters, and I'm not saying the right word. When you remove the guardrails, the fear, the anxiety, the mental confusion, the heartache, you truly become one with yourself, and your light will shine. Your own uniqueness will come through, and you won't get involved in some of the pettiness and things that are of no consequence for you. You'll leave that for others. But more importantly, when you do that and your true authentic self comes through, 10 of Pentacles, this is wealth. This is abundance. This is wealth and abundance of your mind, of your heart space. This is about creating that peace and harmony around you. And when you're at peace and harmony, you're able to create stability for yourself, albeit financial, emotional, with your family, with your tribe, and all that you do. And I really like that, because this really does show the progression of how, when we look inside ourselves to shine our own beauty, to get rid of the illusions of ego, if you will, it can be quite shaking. But if you stick with that and move forward and work with the energy and be compassionate with yourself, have patience, the wisdom will come, and you will get to a point where you'll be, all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, look at that, I'm no longer in chaos, or things aren't quite happening to me, if you will. You know, that old saying, things aren't happening to you, they're for you. When you flip that perspective, so many doors open. You know, it's just a wonderful thing. And then here in the Crow cards, it's the Ten of Swords. It's the pain and the anguish of living through our ego. That is the harshness. When we release the ego, it flows so much better, because we're ending, right? This is a completely different perspective. We're ending. We're walking through some type of portal. We're closing the door on the aspects of, well, of the harsh aspects. And when we do that, here we have the Knight of Wands. Wands again. We have the passion to bring out our light within us. And we can have passion for life. And we can change the energy that's all around us. And what I like is he's leaning up towards here. We can literally create what we need for ourselves, because we are living in our authenticity. And I like that. Let's take a look on the bottom. Yeah, 1-1. There's a lot. I consider pages ones as well. There's a lot of newness here. Ace of Pentacles. It's very similar to the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles just says that this process of stepping aside from ego is going to take quite a while. I mean, it's not something that, overnight it's done. It's a lot of self-healing, a lot of work that you have to do. You have to invest in yourself. You have to be compassionate, be patient. But you are now being given an opportunity to change the energy around you, to step forward with so much potential for yourself. For yourself. Because the amount of work you put into yourself is the amount of work that the energy that you see will change. And the potential is grand. Here's the Knight of Swords. The message of the energy. One second. Okay. So the message of this tower, which is right here, is about not having anxiety or anguish or anything about what transpired. It's about the new energy coming forward. I suspect that what you learned gave you some anxiety. You also got the message. You understood what that message was. Yeah. This is the Wounded Warrior. This is, well, right now you're feeling like you need to have your guard up because of that tower. You're protected. This in the upright talks about ascending, standing in your truth and your passion and stepping forward. This could be reflective of before the tower. Yeah, here's the Queen of Wands. It's upside down, whereas here it's right side up. Yeah, you're being guided to make a choice in which direction you care to go to. This is a two of Wands. I'm sensing a number of you have had quite a bit of harshness around you. It is not easy to change that energy, but it can be done. More importantly, what I feel here is that your ancestors are helping you. And it's not about the right path or the wrong path, don't be worried about which way you go. You will ultimately end up in the same place. Look, they both go to the same place. It's just different experiences on either side, whichever path you choose. This is really about you taking action towards yourself. Yeah, Page of Wands. Page of Wands. This is about you stepping forward and having the passion to do and show and work on yourself. Yeah. It's going to be hard work. And in the beginning, you're not going to feel the fruits of the labor. But, excuse me. All I can say, if you're not willing to do the work, it's not going to happen. There are going to be times when you start stripping away ego and you start working on yourselves, you're going to fall. Or you're going to be like, what am I doing here? I'm getting nowhere. Nothing's happening. But be patient with yourself. The hard work that you do, if you're diligent, this is you're still growing. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Be diligent in the work that you do. You will be tested multiple times in the process. Illusions will come up. Challenges, you will be faced with challenges as to your truth. But stay steadfast. Stay connected to your higher self. Stay in that relationship and have love and compassion for yourself. And be decisive. Be very decisive and passionate, because challenges are meant to be exactly what they are. When you are challenged, if you step back and look at a situation, then you have an opportunity to change your perspective. The key thing is not to fight the energy. Work with it, look at it, try to understand it, put it in perspective. Don't seek guidance outside. It's inside you. You know? Yeah, 5-5. It will balance. The energy will balance. Look, this is upright. This one is in reverse. The energy will balance. You can always trust in your inner light. Be bold. It is okay to look at things that you felt, your beliefs, your foundations, things that were given to you by others. It is okay for you to look inside, to challenge them, to look at things differently, and to move forward with or without it. It is your divine right. There is hope. 6 of Wands. This is about giving you the potential to reach your center, your core, to be successful in finding your true authentic self and lay down the harshness. There's a lot of 10s that came out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a karmic cycle. This could also be for some of you like course correction, but not in a drastic way. You're being offered an opportunity to change your direction in life, to look inward, find your light, your truth, and bring it externally outward. Yeah. Yep. There it is. Course correction, changing trajectory. There's some karmic things here related to that. There is ancestral ties. This is, what is it they say, every 7 years, major cycle changes. This is somebody who's really changing and coming to terms with who they are and bringing that beauty forward. I really like that. And it's powerful. It's optimistic. It is the potential for you to succeed is amazing. I really like that for you. I really do. And I think with that, I'm going to leave it there. I want to thank everyone for being here. I appreciate your support, your likes, your sharing, and hitting that notification button. I really appreciate it. We're going to get back to each different sign. It's been a little crazy with the hurricane and cleaning up and whatnot. But I'm hoping that I can focus this week and get them back out on the weekend like you're all used to. In any event, I hope that everyone is well, that you are safe, and that you're shining your beautiful light. Be well. Peace.